Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me to join this very meaningful conference. First of all, I am Plato Yip. I am with Friends of the Earth, and I'd like to share with you some of the works that we are doing in Hong Kong and in the region on climate change. And I think it is a very important issue we are facing every single day around the world, in the region, in Greater Bay Area, in China, and in Hong Kong. Now, actually, climate change, by definition, is that we are going to hit by more extreme climatic events or more weather events, such as typhoons. It will go extreme. A lot of the time, people say, "No, okay, winter is getting colder." Well, it is true that climate change doesn't mean it is necessary to be always getting warmer and warmer, but we are definitely facing more extreme weathers, flooding, typhoons. Colder summer and hotter summer and colder winter. So these are the extreme weather events that we are facing. Now, this is a very interesting picture here. Now, we face, in Hong Kong, we face typhoon every year, right? And it is big balls on the left. The typhoon, this big balloon. The typhoon Mangkhut, you may have recorded this typhoon that hit Hong Kong direct. That cost about 15 billion RMB just due to one typhoon. Of course, it depends on different years. So we got hit by different size of typhoon with different severity. It's a direct hit or just passing by Hong Kong. But anyway, we will be facing more and more typhoon if climate change is going to happen, more in future. So what can we do? I mean, back to my very first question, what can we do as Hong Kong as a capital center? Can we do anything to help this? Or are we just, looking at all these events and just sit down here and do nothing? And a lot of people say, no, we should do something. We can do something. As a matter of fact, that we are a leader in global financial market, and as a leader in global financial market, we talk about trading. So naturally, we think about, the other countries started to trade carbon, be it mandatory schemes like EU ETS schemes, or the voluntary carbon market. We actually think voluntary market actually could be a better market for Hong Kong to take the lead. Now, let me explain in more detail to you. Now, many of you, of course, you are aware about different trading schemes or the carbon trading mechanisms, the different labelings or different standards, if you like. Now, we have the CDM. Of course, it's under the UN structure. And of course, there are some other voluntary organizations. They come up with their own standards and certification scheme, such as VCS, Gold Standard. Now, all these two are selling very robustly and very high prices per ton of carbon credits certified under their standards. CCER on the right-hand side, of course, you also know about it. It's in China. It's Chinese, scheme. And now Chinese government has opened the CCER market to also compensate or allow the mandatory market to absorb part of the 5% to 10% of the voluntary market to use in the mandatory market in China. So all these kind of I would say different standards are being certified and being traded in different carbon exchanges. Now, of course, different schemes, they focus perhaps on different sectors. For example, VCS, as you can see on the right-hand side, they focus more on forestry and land use and renewable energy. Gold Standard, they have renewable energy and fuel switching. And the CDM, they focus more on industrials and renewable energy. So they have pretty much some similar focus, but they have differentiation in their certification schemes. But the idea is to really involve as many industries to participate as possible. Now, there are other carbon exchanges around the world. They already opened, and they're trading those schemes I mentioned earlier. And Hong Kong government has been contemplating or thinking about doing establishing an exchange of our own. And we, of course, we are looking at the possibility to work with China naturally start with the Greater Bay Area region. Okay, why we are going to do this? Why I said voluntary carbon market is something that we want to focus. If you look at this trend, it's amazing. These are voluntary participation not by those mandatory guys like if you are an oil company, cement or power company, you have the quota, you have government mandatory targets to meet. But these days more and more institutions such as financial institutions, insurance companies, banks, airlines, etc., they're all looking at their own carbon reduction schemes or zero carbon initiatives or low carbon initiatives. So they come in and they wanted to contribute. By doing so, the whole society as a whole, we can go a lot more easier towards the achieving our city level zero carbon objective. Now, why VCM is expected to increase in such a manner is because there are national net zero commitments, because there are carbon emission information disclosure requirements. Now, these disclosure requirements, very often they are required by financial regulators. They are required by professional associations. So if you are you feel the peer pressure that you want to do something here and contribute. And there are also voluntary corporate actions like the science-based targets. A lot of companies, they participate in the SBTi initiative. And on the right-hand side, the International Aviation Industry Association, they accept the CCR, for example, in China. They also accept other standards, certified, and they want the airlines to participate in these kind of tradings. So you can see the regulators, the industries, the professional associations, the financial guys, the aviation industry, all these people are getting more and more serious when they want to disclose their carbon footprint. They want to be part of their ESG program or CSR program, that or they want to contribute to the net zero target of their own city or their own country. So people are getting more and more serious, and people are investing in this space. More and more these days, as you can see. Now, future market size forecast, as you can see, we are talking about 15 times fold by the year of 2030 vis-a-vis 2020, and we're talking about another 100 times fold factor by the year of 2050 vis-a-vis 2020. So this market is exploding. I mean, this market is nowadays. I believe the total trading volume of carbon credits around the world has already exceeded $100 billion. So it is a huge market, and people are even talking about, well, perhaps in future the carbon market is larger than the stock market, and that's why in many countries, such as in the Middle East, in Asia, even in China, and in future we have in Hong Kong, you will see a new market. Emerging market on carbon trading, which is a substantial volume of financial market. Well, let me go back to the very beginning. Why we think Hong Kong can do something and how can we lead? We talk about a lot about this VCM market size, and why Hong Kong? As I said, we will be the first to get impacted by this rising of sea level and stuff like that. But it's all the more important that if Hong Kong as a capital market, as an international capital market, can we really lead? Can we help this situation using our edge, right? I think you've been hearing a lot about Hong Kong want to set up a carbon exchange, and we are going to collaborate with China because we don't have much industry here, and for most of the carbon credits to be generated, it will be coming from China. But we want something tradable with very high standard, with very authentic data. These carbon credits are genuine. So how can we utilize our edge as a capital market to drive the real economy, like to really encourage more low carbon startups, technology startups, or other startups to help us achieve this whole thing by utilizing our edge on the other hand, the capital market to drive this whole thing. So if Hong Kong government or Hong Kong Exchange is going to put up this trading platform for VCM, voluntary carbon market, what are we looking at? First of all, okay, it's a new mileage, of course. Hong Kong's been doing a lot on green finance, primarily in the area of issuing green bonds. I myself, I bought green bonds issued by Hong Kong government, and hope you all do. And then also, we've been very, very keen to establish something like, I know there are professional bodies working on taxonomies. Now we want to, get aligned with the international market, with China, and we want to lead the whole thing. We want to become a hub for the region. We want to outcompete Singapore, for example. So these are the things that we can look at if we are looking at a new growth area on our green finance initiative. Now, carbon trading perhaps is one of the most ideal market that we can look at, because there's just huge demand on the other side, and we have this international financial market to support that kind of issues. And it's also, as you know, the SFC now request all the listed companies, public companies, to report ESG in their annual filing. So there are areas that we are doing to support the future development of the carbon market. And of course, we have a very vibrant business ecosystem. Right? Hong Kong is perfectly situated to position to cultivate the carbon related derivatives, because we know we have a huge crowd of financial professionals, legal professionals, technology professionals, and environmental professionals that we can work together and structure something that will really work and work out very, very effectively together with our counterparts in China. If Friends of VF is going to recommend something to Hong Kong government or to this new initiative, we would say, now, first of all, we look at the products. Okay, the carbon credits, perhaps we start with something with higher standard, not in terms of volume. That we don't want to focus on CCER, for example, but we focus on like the VCS or gold standard, or what the Hong Kong Stock Exchange already come out and say they want to do a Greater Bay Area higher standard carbon credits to be migrated, to be traded in Hong Kong future carbon exchange. That is the product side that we want to look at. And of course, there are system level. How can we design a system? How can we attract investors, more investors, more transparent system, and give the confidence to the market that these carbon generated from China or from elsewhere in the world and to be traded in Hong Kong Carbon Exchange is authentic, it's genuine, it's of high quality and high standard. Of course, it's higher price. And of course, we want to utilize different technologies. We are aware there are blockchain technologies to be used to authenticate, to verify and certify and transfer all these very authentic or genuine carbon credits, and do on-chain certification, verification, and transferring to the carbon exchange at the end. And these are all the possibilities that we can talk about, we can look at, we can design. So if we are going to start something new, we have to think about we doing it effectively, efficiently, and do it bigger, in a bigger scale. We don't want to create some especially if the Hong Kong government is trying to take the lead of this initiative, that we are looking at something quite a bit of a large market, because nowadays in China, as you may know, the mandatory market is already the largest market, carbon market in the world, in China. And it is very likely if we push this voluntary carbon market trading in Hong Kong, it might well become the largest voluntary carbon market trading in the world. So if we're looking at such a scale, we want to make sure that things won't go wrong. We want to have a seamless process, high quality carbon credits. It's a very secure transaction. It's very transparent to all the stakeholders, buyers and sellers, to regulators. It's all transparent, and we want to provide people from all parts of this platform, all parts of this platform, a one-stop shop service, so that it's very convenient to trade. It's very convenient to recognize these high-quality carbon credits, and it's even very convenient to find the price of these carbon credits on this trading platform. All right. So in a nutshell, what we are trying to propose for a reasonable or a workable platform in Hong Kong is that we want to identify, we want to register the carbon at source when the carbon credits is generated. And then we want to see the third-party verification process, being done on the blockchain system online. And then it's on-chain validation by all parties, regulators, buyers, sellers, certifiers. Everybody's on the chain. So we are transparent to each other. We are monitoring each other. We are validating each other on the blockchain system. And that's how we can generate high-quality carbon credits. And towards the end, these carbon credits can be migrated or transferred to the carbon exchange, and the carbon exchange can work on different financial derivatives afterwards based on very genuine and authentic carbon credits. This is the system, the ideal system that we're looking at. I'm not sure whether we can do it at one time. If not, it's all the best. We can start from somewhere, and we can talk to different professionals, as I said, environmental professionals, financial professionals, and technology professionals to make it happen. I think this is all I want to say today, and I thank you very much once again for this opportunity. And you have a great evening. Thank you.